Welcome to your channel on biomechanics of performance applied to table tennis. We made a compilation of the different opinions, in addition to analyzing from the biomechanical point of view the behavior of the table tennis player Truls Möregårdh in the encounters with three different players during the recent World Cup in Houston 2021. The first thing to note, that this wood presented by the commercial brand is not the first change of the oval geometry that the woods have had in table tennis. In the decade of the year 2000, the commercial brand Tipper, referring to the tennis player French table Damien Alloy, I've also present a design that became innovation, but that the results of this player's competition did not allow that wood to achieve the acceptance that the Cybershape has had. Its geometric shape is definitely a modified hexagon to guarantee the grip. The cost of this wood on the official website of Stiga is €219. As explained by the Table Tennis Daily channel, the Cybershape has the carbon layers on the inside and not on the outside like others. This makes it more flexible than when the carbon is on the outside. The weight of this wood is 83 to 88 grams, very similar to other woods with layers of synthetic material. This Cybershape wood has a total area greater than the normal oval racket in its classic version, increased by 11%, and in the pen version by 9%. The shape of the racket is patented by the Stiga brand. Now, this above is what wood offers as material characteristics, which is really an advantage for the shape, since it also increases the sweet spot, that is the area around the center of mass. It is the most effective part to hit a ball. In this particular case, the Cybershape wood guarantees a more stable hitting surface that helps table tennis players with more linear strokes. As expected, after the result of the World Championship, the Cybershape Carbo blade was sold out, and the company Stiga made the decision to meet the demand for a shorter period of time by limiting the number of Cybershape carbon blades to a maximum of 2 blades on every order. Cybershape Carbon and DNA Platinum HXH are being used by other Swedish players, Stiga players John Persson and Jens Lundqvist. Cybershape Carbon requires almost no setup time and is very easy to control even for off-road players used to all wood rackets. Combine Cybershape Carbon better with Stiga DNA series rubbers. In previous videos, we mentioned that this wood with its respective rubbers recommended for this type of game scheme, which is very similar to how Latinos, Africans and some European countries play, will help advance, although there are some mechanical details that were observed during the Truls Möregårdh matches during the 2021 Houston World Cup that we analyze below. 1. The attitude, which is observed in the reception position against Fan Zhendong and Timo Boll, is not the same. Visualize the placement of the free hand on the thigh versus Fan, and it is not the same versus Boll. This placement of the member top free does not contribute to improve reception time.
The balls placed by Timo and Aruno are generally in the middle of the Trull table, making the maximum point of the ball's trajectory stay inside the table, which makes it the most effective in this type of linear hit. But with Fan Zhendong, it was not. Most of the balls are intermediate before the middle of the table and/or near the end line of the table, decreasing the opportunity to hit the ball at its highest point. Trajectory of the ball hit by a fan very far from the table because it has a descending trajectory. The angle of incidence of the ball is low, and therefore the angle of reflection as well, which makes the ball bounce near the final line of the table, and therefore the point of maximum height of the ball, or zero vertical speed, is outside the table and not on the table, as other players like Aruno and Boll did. The linear speed of the fan was another detail. The center shot players handle more power in the shot than the frequency of the shot or the cycle of the shot. The point of contact of the racquetball in linear hit players is generally at the center of mass of the racket or below. This generates that the height of the ball when they want to impact must be above the mesh table at about 91 centimeters minimum. The Swedish versus Fan, the balls did not reach him at this point, and therefore he was always failing and looking for that necessary point of contact.
Thank you very much for viewing your channel. Do not forget to subscribe and give the bell to see the videos that we are placing. Blessings of the Lord Jesus Christ.